Good morning. It's Saturday, February 15, 2025, and I'm Alex with your morning briefing on GNB Now. Let's dive into today's top stories from around the world. Munich Security Conference sees tense diplomatic exchanges. The annual Munich Security Conference is underway, with world leaders converging to discuss pressing geopolitical and economic issues. A key focus has been the ongoing war in Ukraine, as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. The talks centered around a critical minerals deal, but no agreement was reached. Despite this, President Zelensky expressed optimism, suggesting that future discussions could lead to a breakthrough. Meanwhile, Vice President Vance delivered a speech that stirred controversy. He strongly criticized European politicians for what he called censorship of free speech and downplayed concerns over Russian political interference in Europe, remarks that closely align with President Donald Trump's position. This has raised further tensions between Washington and key European allies. China also made headlines at the conference. Foreign Minister Wang Yi issued a sharp warning, stating that Beijing would retaliate against any further unilateral U.S. sanctions. He described these measures as bullying by the Trump administration, signaling a continued escalation in U.S.-China tensions. Modi and Trump share a moment amid trade disputes. A notable moment at the conference came when Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Trump shared a warm hug. While the gesture suggested a strong personal rapport between the two leaders, economic tensions remain high. The U.S. and India have been locked in a tariff dispute, with both sides imposing trade restrictions. Despite the friendly exchange, substantial disagreements over economic policies remain unresolved. Trump family's post-election financial gains under scrutiny. Reports indicate that the Trump family's return to power has been accompanied by a significant financial windfall. Critics argue that their political influence has been leveraged for business opportunities, raising ethical concerns. While the administration has dismissed such claims, watchdog groups are calling for increased transparency regarding the financial dealings of Trump-affiliated businesses since the 2024 election. DOJ defends dropping indictment against NYC Mayor Eric Adams. Back in the U.S., the Department of Justice is facing scrutiny over its decision to drop the indictment against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. DOJ Chief of Staff Chad Mizell defended the move, stating that the department is prioritizing the prosecution of dangerous criminals rather than pursuing politically motivated cases. Mizell also criticized previous prosecutors for allegedly refusing to follow direct commands, suggesting that their motives were questionable. Critics, however, argue that the decision raises concerns about political interference in the justice system, particularly given Mayor Adams' past tensions with the Trump administration. This story is likely to remain a hot topic in the days ahead. That's your morning news briefing for today. We'll be following these stories closely and bringing you the latest updates as they unfold. Stay tuned to GNB Now for more news updates. I'm Alex, thanks for joining me. Have a great Saturday. Disclaimer for GNB Now News. This news story is an experimental creation by Global Newsbreak, GNB Now, utilizing AI tools for voice and images. The contents are sourced from GNB Now and other news outlets. All images and content within this story are intended for informational purposes only, and we do not claim ownership or copyright over them.